welcome back. This real talk, you know what I'm saying? You know how we do it, shit. You know what I'm saying? We talk about real issues, you know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, check this out. You ever think about this? I remember we talking about, you know what I'm saying, about how the government legalized weed to lower the immune system. So people get the Trump 19 virus. So people would sit back, you know what I'm saying, get the AI singularity, all that type of shit. Well, question it. If you understand that it's a gateway drug that leads to other drugs for the incarceration or the fact of the matter of police brutality, harassment, why would you put yourself in a condition to have your immune system loaded so you can get the Trump 19 virus or your IQ psychologically damaged so that your mind is not even thinking about how smart you actually could be if you did not use the stimulus that you think is fun? It's fun to damage your mind and so forth, so that essentially you're not thinking adequately, intelligently. Well, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but ask yourself this question: is it intelligent to lower your IQ? No. So how smart is you? If you're smart enough to realize that using drugs damages your mind, then why use drugs? If you're intelligent, whatever chemicals that you think is fun, stop using. Then you can prove to me or prove to yourself that you're intelligent as I believe that you is. I believe everyone is smart enough not to use drugs that actually essentially damage their brain. So why would you use narcotics? Narcotics damage your mind and keep you at a position that you cannot function in society and fall for every trap and snare that the federal government of America does to our people. Answer this question. If you believe that using drugs is harmless, then answer this question. Why do you not provide your children with it? Because you know your children should not use it, right? Exactly. Why would you sit back and think it's not good for your children? If it's good for you, why ain't it good for your children? Would you want your kid to use drugs? No. Why not? Because it's dangerous, it's harmful, it damages the mind, it damages the immune system. That's why you want to keep them healthy, right? Is not that the same reason why your parents probably tell you the same fucking thing? I know sometimes I talk like somebody, I act like I'm a parent. But guess what? If your parents did not want you to use any drugs, and you don't want your own children not to use any drugs, well, ask yourself this question: why do you use drugs? Because you're misguided and manipulated by the federal government traps and snares that you fell for. If you stop using drugs, you will visualize the traps and snares that the federal government does, and your mind will be at a position of strength and power and not a position of manipulation from the federal government's traps and snares. Now, if this is resonate at a point in time or so forth where you're using, watch this again, a position, a time frame when you're not using, and then it'll probably make more sense. And then think about it. And then I had to think about this. When you think about the federal government of America, gentrification, well, what do they do? The undercover offices, like I said before, the undercover offices supply the neighborhoods with narcotics, increasing the value of, well, it's like, excuse me, not increasing the value, increasing the influence, test the value after incarceration, and supply the block with the same narcotics, which the federal government allowed in the first place into this systematical destruction of our people because it's part of gentrification. Because the federal government wants us to fall for these traps and snares so we can have incarceration philosophies. So essentially, you got to remember the Republican Party, Tea Party, and the Democratic Party like excuse me, the Republican Party, Tea Party, Democratic Party was started by the Ku Klux Klan, which allowed it in the first place. It's part of what's the philosophy they say population control or overpopulation, referencing they use narcotics to stop us from existing. Understand? So stop using drugs because in essence, all you're doing is helping the government to destroy us. All right, that's deep. Leave comments. Leave uh hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Tell me what you think about it. Let's talk about it. All right. Stay blessed, fam. All right, peace.